Hey everybody, I'm back with another story. And I think my lighting's good enough now to where I can have this sign on, but just let me know how it looks. So anyway, there was a customer I used to have when I was the operator of the pro shop here. Retired guy, loves bowling, big Missy Parkin fan, got me this signed autographed picture here. You've probably seen him several times on the finals of bowling shows because he travels a lot to watch stuff. So anyway, it's not a very long story, but it's a very interesting story, and I think I can tell it now. I think it's been long enough, and you'll probably understand once I finish the story here. But anyway, so big Missy Parkin fan, and so 3 years ago, the boss took a couple of us to Bowl Expo. And for those of you that haven't been to Bowl Expo, it's basically a gigantic trade show, and everybody's there. So it's super cool. Jason Belmonte was there, Pete Weber was there, Wes Malott was there, Missy Parkin was there, Don Barrett was there. I mean, just the who's who. Everybody was there. So when we're in as fate would have it, we're in the airport on the way, getting ready to board the plane, and I get an email from this guy. And he says, "Hey, do you happen to get to go to Bowl Expo this year? If so, tell Missy I said hi." I'm like, "Oh, okay, maybe," because at this point, YouTube wasn't really a thing for me. I was still a very starstruck person, so the idea of just walking up to somebody very famous, bowling famous anyway, hashtag bowling famous, that's totally my hashtag. But anyway, the idea of walking up to somebody that has no clue who I am and just saying hi and wanting to talk to them, it seemed very strange to me back then. Now that I've got this and I have people coming up to talk to me, it's super cool, especially like Wesley Lowe coming up and saying hi. That was the coolest thing in the world. But I always thought it'd be weird for them, and kind of like they talk to all kinds of people all the time. They're always signing stuff, so it kind of seems to be just a series of people working their way around, and I don't know. It's just one of those. It's just never really been my thing. The idea of seeing somebody famous and just deciding to go talk to them or strike up a conversation when they have absolutely no clue who I am, just has never sounded exciting. And so, and to preface it with this too is this. She actually knew my customer. They were on a first name basis. They sent emails back and forth. He'd been to a few of her training camps, and so she knew exactly who it was. So it's not like I'm going to be walking up to her and saying, "Hey, so and so says hi," and she's like, "Okay, cool. I have no idea who that is, but awesome, man." So anyway, the idea of just going up and saying hi to her from him, just whatever. I didn't want to do it, and so I thought, well, you know what? I'll say maybe I can work up to this, or maybe I just happen to bump into her and, "Oh, say so-and-so from back here says hi," and, "Oh, cool, thanks," and, "Okay, thank you, bye." It was a little bit more tragic than that, how it actually ended up working out. So I sent him something back and said, "Well, yeah, as luck would have it, we're in the airport getting ready to board the plane right now, so yeah, if I happen to see her, yeah, I'll go tell her hi or whatever." So we get there, and the first day is the bowling, the demo at South Point, and we had a couple seminars to listen to, which were very good. And then so we're going out there in the trade show, and everybody's there. So I'm taking pictures of everybody. Got a picture of Pete Weber, of Robert Smith was there. He was very cool. So I'm just taking pictures of everybody, and I happened to get a picture of Missy. And so my brain starts working. I'm like, well, maybe I'll just send him a picture of her in the email to say, "Okay, here she is, whatever," and then I'm done. Because it seemed to me, for some reason, that taking a picture of her and sending it to him in an email was somehow less creepy than just walking up and say, "Oh, by the way, you know, so-and-so, I told so-and-so that I saw you here, and he wanted me to come say hi to you," or whatever. And so anyway, 5 minutes later, the guy sends me something back. And keep in mind, like I said, he's just a big fan. He's a retired guy. He's harmless. He's just a big fan. And so he sends me something back in 5 minutes, and he says, "Well, hey, look, I got your picture. This is what I sent to Missy." And the text in the email was, "Hey, Missy, I've got my bowling fairy at Bowl Expo keeping an eye on you." So all of a sudden, I'm like freaking out. Because I'm like, okay, well, I'm out of this. I'm done with it now. Like, I sent in the picture, so I don't actually have to go talk to her. Not like I wouldn't love to talk to her, but again, it's just a starstruck thing. So I thought, well, now I have to go talk to her, because now I have to go explain myself. Because can you imagine her just, checking her, getting into the day, checking her emails, and all of a sudden she sees a picture of herself sent to her from this guy, at least she knows him, saying, hey, I've got somebody at Bowl Expo keeping an eye on you, ha ha ha. So anyway, I tell the guys that I'm with, I'm like, well, look at this, because they knew him too, and I'm like, man, I've got to go explain myself now. And they're like, dude, no, just walk away, pretend like it didn't happen. Eventually she'll forget, whatever else, and that'll just be the end of it. And which, that's kind of the end of the story as it stands right now. But I have resolved to, if I ever happen to run into her, 3 years, I think that's long enough to where she'll probably still remember and like be able to get a chuckle out of it now, versus like 2 years ago when it's kind of like, oh, so you're the creepy guy that was taking pictures of me and sent them to a boy. Or if she happens to see this video, Missy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just a very chicken person who tried to get out of just coming up and being friendly and saying hi. And I'm just terribly starstruck. And so if you happen to see this, I'm sorry. This is the story. That's actually what happened. I'm the guy. It's my fault. So anyway, that's my Missy Parkin story. So thanks for watching.